it's interesting because Congress wanted more quality performance data from the VA after the scandal broke a couple of years ago, and they passed a law, the Choice Act, and that law included a provision that required the VA to provide even more quality data to this national database. Well, I started looking around in July and discovered not only were they not reporting more data, they had stopped reporting any data at all.
Goodness. Is there a reason why?
They say there were lawyers in the Department of Health and Human Services that told them to stop reporting until they get a new agreement in place governing the sharing of information. Really, it's just a lot of federal bureaucracy.
I was going to say, what are critics saying here about these excuses? I mean, it just, on the surface, at least to me, and you did the story, it sounds like nonsense.
Well, it's a lot of, as I said, it's the federal government. My gut feeling is there's, lawyers in various offices at various agencies writing up these agreements, and no one's really paying attention that it's 2 years later, and this information is not out there for the public.
Wow. All right, so there's a website, too, that's just simply blank?
Right. So the VA had their own kind of site up called hospitalcompare.va.gov. But if you go to that site right now, it's just blank. It's a blank white page. And they took it down, they said, because it had color coding. For example, it would show whether a facility was green, yellow, or red, how well it was doing. Well, the VA says that was not accessible to visually impaired people.
Oh, my goodness.
So therefore, they just took it down. What's
been the reaction, if any, from veterans groups here?
So far, it's been they're not happy. The information, the quality information, is supposed to allow veterans to look up, their local VA and compare it with public hospitals and help them determine, where to go and get treatment.
I'm just scratching my head for the life of me. I can't figure out why or how this would even be allowed to happen. Did they indicate there's a fix that's happening tomorrow or something?
No, they said there's no timeline for this to restart, for them to start sharing information again. And I think it's going to take the public